Los Angeles Rams are world champions. A Lombardi trophy for Los Angeles.
What a catch at the 14-yard line. Puka again for the 8th. Trying to take the lead. Stafford protected. 2 downfield. And he's got Nakua in traffic. What a laser. What a catch at the 14-yard line. Puka again for the 8th.
What is up, my Remelia fans of the defending NFC West champions, Los Angeles Rams? I hope everyone's having a great Friday. Sorry, I had to grub and get everything set up before I go to work, so I came on now. Meant to come in at 12, meant to come at 12:30. Thank you, I appreciate you. So the Rams take on the Lions. We're ready to go, baby. We're ready to roll. The Rams need to get this win because we have a lot of on social media, a lot of Lions fans talking smack because the Rams haven't been able to get off the snide and beat them in recent times, losing in overtime, losing close games, and so they're talking a lot of smack, and no, we can't have that. The Rams, hit back. And but anyway, it's something that we just need to take care of. We need to win anyway, but we also need to, they think that they're in a certain place when it comes to, we'll just beat the Rams to get back on track. No, we should have already beat you guys. If you guys remember, Puka Nakua set a record 180 some yards receiving as a rookie. And then they held his jersey, and they hit Stafford twice late, and they didn't give us the call. And then they pulled Puka's jersey in one of the games too. They didn't call that. And Puka at that time, he wasn't the Puka that we know who he is. One of the greatest Rams receivers in his first few years already. He's taken his place amongst the Rams greats, and when it comes to wide receivers, he just has to keep it up. He's on his way to being up there as well. But he's already said his jersey already hangs in Canton because of his rookie year. So, but yeah, we're ready to roll. We're going to win this game. I think the Rams are going to win at least by 10 points. The Rams are on a mission. We're going to beat these guys, and then we get to show Sam Darnold the kukui again, and his eye is going to be glossed over, and Matthew Stafford's on a mission too, because you have Seahawks fans saying, well, they stopped the Rams offense. They held Matthew Stafford, and so hold on.
3rd and 1. And Stafford control.
You could have at least told me you want to go buy your nightgown and everything. Ay. Anyway, okay, so the Rams need to win this game. Because we beat the Lions, and then we get that off of our back, not being able to beat them, but it's an important game. And then now we have the Seahawks, and then Sam Darnold gets to see the Kukui, Jared Verse, and everybody, and then we just keep going. We need to get the number 1 seed because it's right there for us, and it'll be a huge advantage. And so, that's just where we're at right now. And I think we have a great chance to do what we need to do to get that going. And TUTU Atwell's been. I didn't get a chance to post it on and then it was already too late to post it. I was at work. The Rams made some moves, and they brought in TUTU out because we're like, where's TUTU? where is Tutu? And so the Rams made some moves, and Tutu Atwell will be playing, or he's going to be active. He's active this week at practice. They made a spot for him. Let me show you. And so they made a spot for him. So there we go. Nick Hampton, outside linebacker. Nick Hampton, practice squad exemption. So they made a practice. They at first they waived him, and then they put him back in the practice squad. Luckily, nobody got him. He's a nice depth piece. When he's out there, he's a decent player. And so they made a spot for him on the roster for Tutu Atwell, and he's important for these next two games to stretch the field. I like Xavier Smith, but they're both little guys, so it's good to have more than one guy out there with the speed out there to stretch the field, especially against the Seahawks, because it was congested in there the way they have athletic secondary linebackers, Ernest Jones and Witherspoon in the secondary, and so that's going to pay big dividends to stretch the field and give us more room underneath, and then we can sneak back behind them and get those touchdowns and easy plays. The main thing is not turning the ball over this time, and in both games, I'm going ahead of myself with the Seahawks, but we need to score all the way through the game, not just in the beginning. But anyway, that's the keys of the game. I'm going to get into that before we get into the chat. Don't turn the ball over. Score 7. Get in Jared Goff's face. Get him out. It's very similar to Sam Darnold. Get him off of his spot. Make him uncomfortable. Hit him a few times. Even if he gets rid of the ball, give him a good legal smack. Let him know that you're out there. And we need to get out ahead of them and watch out for those quick running backs, man. We've done a good job on running backs, but these guys can take it to the house, man. We need to have our defensive line, Puna Ford and Fisk and the guys, Kobe Turner, they need to stay in their lane, and Omar Spates and Landman need to come and clean it up. Don't let them get a full head of steam. They're going to do screen passes and try to get our pass rush to go up, and then get the little fast guy running back in space. So this is going to be a nice test for us. The Lions have not been, they've injury prone too as well this year, and they haven't been able to get off. And then of course the Rams they're coming to LA, and now their eyes light up, and now they'll be playing in all cylinders. That's just the way it goes, So let's get the chat going. Jock 42 says, "Oh, Rudy, Jared Goff will fold." Agree, yeah, Jared Goff will fold with the green face smiling. Love it. Stockton says, "Where's Rudy at?" I have to watch this before you let him come on. Stockton says, "Rumors gaining steam that AD is coming back." Until he says it, I've been saying it for years. Well, not I've been saying it since the beginning of the year that AD sees these guys blossom, and they say, "Well, I could be the difference between the Rams getting the Super Bowl." I can see him coming back, but we'll see until he says it, because right now he's saying no. But I can see him coming back too. SG, how you doing, man? He says, "Hi, how you doing?" Good. John Murray says, "I'm in the Rudy's house." How you doing? Appreciate you, John, as always. Thank you, man. Love it. Joe says, "Cuba Rudy, we should tap Sunday game up." Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. Tucker says, "I'm here." Joe says, "Have you heard if the NFL if the NFL team is going to do to let's see, hold on. Have you heard if they're going to fine him for Puka Nacua live stream and locker room incident? But man, I heard Devontae Adams had his back 100%. You messing Puka? He ain't messing with that." No, I haven't heard anything about a fine. He's a guy that doesn't have it. He broke a rule. Puka Nacua is not a guy that's has a bad reputation. Everybody loves him. It's a mistake he made. It's not the first time that people have streamed from inside the locker room. Like when the Rams won the Super Bowl, they had us streaming inside the locker room. But you also do have to take, even though your teammates love you, you're like, "Hey man, putting my drawers on, So I haven't heard anything. If they did fine him, he broke a rule. They have to do it, but he understands now. Next time, he just gets so stoked. He could be live streaming and he's in the corner. Hey guys, I'm over here on my phone, but yeah, I haven't heard anything. I saw that, and but yeah, he didn't mean anything by it, and most likely his teammates are okay with it now. Jan says Detroit and the Sea Chickens, 2 important games in 11 days to give us the top spot and home field advantage. Yep, and how else would we not want it? Like, we don't want nothing given to us. We'll take it if you're going to give it to us, but how else for us to go and grab these 2 games, man? Because do we fear anybody? No. We got Matthew Stafford, we got Jared Verse, we got Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, we got the personnel 13, all those 20 tight ends, Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, offensive line starting to gel. Linebackers are looking beautiful right now. Secondary's getting the stuff together with Witherspoon back. They're in the middle of trying to figure out a cohesive unit with Witherspoon being gone all that time, and in the meantime, Forbes made a reputation for himself and then gave it up in one more game. Now he's got to get it back. So they just got to figure out the right chemistry. Our safeties are wonderful. Matthew Stafford's in MVP form doing his thing. So this last game when Sean McVay was sick, LaFleur proved himself too. He didn't have to, but he proved himself because he did the play calling. He ran the offense because McVay took a late trip to the stadium because he was sick and didn't want to get nobody sick on Saturday. And then the game planning was LaFleur's. So everything's looking wonderful right now, man. So I would have loved for the Bucks to have not shit the bed and beat the Falcons. So that got me so upset, man. I got, you idiots. As soon as they gave the ball back to Kirk Cousins and the Falcons with like almost 2 minutes left, I'm like, what are you idiots doing? They can win this game. And sure enough, SG says, go Detroit, wins 42. Now get out of here. I'm just kidding. Jock 42 says, shut down the running to attack, force golf to beat you. That's exactly the plan. Yep. Stocker says Dodgers are going to get schoolboy. I saw that. We'll see. Yes, Dodgers are going to three-peat. I would love it. Gibbs scares me. Yeah, he's fast as hell, man. Bro says, how you doing, Rudy? Ready to beat them Lions? We owe them. Let's get into a clip right here. Hold on. Here we go.
Trying to lead. Stafford protected. 2 downfield. Oh. And he's got Nacua in traffic. What a laser. What a catch at the 14-yard line. Puka again for the 8th time.
And Matthew Stafford is long overdue to beat this team, man. It's just something that hasn't happened the last couple times. But yeah, Puka Nacua has a big. They don't have no. They're too little. I got a little one. They're too little to guard Puka Nacua. Now we got Devontae Adams, and the personnel 13 is going to get after him with all the tight ends, and then we also insert Puka Nacua in there because he's basically like a big tight end receiver. I love it, man. Hopefully we can unleash Terrence Ferguson's. Now we played him a couple times. He hasn't been targeted much lately, but he is dangerous, and so but that's what happens with young guys. They got to learn to get themselves in the game. Even if you walk over, hey Matt, let me get a ball. He's still going to go to who he wants to, but he'll be like, I got a little one on me, man. Let me get involved here. But that's what it comes with being a veteran and stuff like that. And then he'll start saying, I need you. Yeah, John 42 says Puka made a mistake. It's okay. He's a good kid. Yep, exactly right. I mean, that's exactly what it is, man. Puka Nacua, it wasn't a big. I mean, I saw Travis Rogers say this. I mean, this is what happens in Rams Park with the Rams is. This is the that's not the scandal. This is the big thing in that. How am I going to say this? how the way he worded it. This is what happens with Sean McVay's Rams is he accidentally got over enthused and turned his phone on when they were in the dressing room, and that's breaking the rule. Um, Unlike somebody else up north in Santa Claraville, who always have drama for players wanting to post on social media to get paid or whatever it is. But we don't have those problems. These are the problems that we have, and it's not a big deal. Stockton says Puka might be turning to. No, he's not. He just likes to. He's just a young guy that's doing the social media stuff, and he just wants to share with everybody. Stockton says live streaming is a no. The locker room is sacred, especially when you're trying to put your drawers on. Stockton says the Niners can end up with the number one seed. Unbelievable. It's our fault. It's our fault and Seattle's fault. Seattle started it off by not beating listen, they made a coaching change and they got all these guys and Ernest Jones and their defense, and they're talking about how they stopped Matthew Stafford. I'm like, shut up. You guys let Brock Dirty go to Seattle and beat you, throwing a lame duck in the end zone, and got Tongs, whatever his name is, tied in. It wasn't even Kittle to beat you. They started it off, and then for us, we lost two. They blocked our kick, and then they punched Kyron Williams in the jaw. There's nothing you can do if they're not going to call that. Fumbled on the goal line. We were trying to right ourselves in that game. We basically sleptwalk and spotted him 20-7 lead, and came back and we were going to win. The Seahawks, so us and the Seahawks gave him those two. Imagine if they didn't win those two games. They wouldn't even be in the conversation. And Kyle Shanahan would be rumored to be getting fired. So we can just blame ourselves, but it doesn't even matter. They can win the division. Let's just say it would be horrible. It would be embarrassing to the NFC West if they did, but they'll just be out in the first round. Willie Bone, how you doing, OG Willie Bone? F Detroit Lions, love it. Willie Bone says LA Rams will dominate Josie the Pussycats Detroit Lions. Horns up. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed, Willie Bone. Appreciate you. Yeah, I saw that with that guy. I didn't see the whole story. I just saw some clips, and they're getting him on social media. DJ Phono says, "What's good?" Jock 42. Gibbs will be used like McCaffrey. Hold him and the tight and hold him and the tight end, and we will be good. Yep. They like to throw him out of the backfield, but he's just so fast. You just got to be careful. As long as we're scoring, making it one dimensional, as long as we're scoring, doing our side in offense, we'll be fine. Willie Bowen says, "Golf will see Landman Young in verse." Yes, indeed. Willie Boone said, "I was in the hospital." Oh, no, Willie. I'm sorry, man. I hope everything's going good with you. God bless you. And speaking of that, Willie, so my mom came home yesterday. So that's where my mind's been at. And so my mom was in the hospital right before Thanksgiving, and she's been in there all this time. And then she came home the night before last. So when I got off of work, I went to see her. And so, so I hope you're doing good. My mom's doing a lot better. Thank you guys for when you guys were saying that stuff earlier, a few chats ago, a few streams ago. So, but yeah, she's doing much better. She's home now. So, but I hope you're doing good, Willie Bone. Hope everything's okay. I'm sorry for that. You being in the hospital, man. God bless you. DJ Phono says, Jacques 42, yay. Rams fans better pack the house. Yeah, I expect it to be a packed Rams house, man. I expect to be a packed Rams house. Because this man here, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Sorry, Seattle. Every time I see that picture, I laugh. But this man here is gonna do his thing. Super Nakua. We went from Super Cup to Super Nakua. He's gonna fly in and do his thing, man. It's gonna be a great game, man. I'm looking forward to this game. We owe them so many we owe them. And speaking of Nakua, you know, the man is living his life, man. Look at this game here. Puka Nakua, 9 receptions, 182 yards in his rookie year, 1 touchdown. Amazing. And then to come full circle, right? To come full circle with his baby, you know, posting on social media with his baby, you know, a proud papa, and you know, his baby's going to be at the Super Bowl, hopefully at Levi Stadium, and watches his dad win the Super Bowl at Levi Stadium. And then I want to wish a happy birthday to Big Wit, Andrew Whitworth. Happy birthday, brother. Rams, happy birthday, champ, to Big Wit. Amazing Ram, but also too just as an amazing human being. And but the big news today is that this man here is on the active roster. So I want to see us use him and have him get a couple of touchdowns in these games coming up to help lead the way. And I want to give a shout out to the player of the week. Speaking of Puka Nakua. And also don't forget to do your Pro Bowl voting. Don't forget to do your Pro Bowl voting for our players, man. All of them. Vote as many as you can, especially our offensive line who don't get a lot of love. Avila and Dotson are the main ones that I'm talking about. But vote whoever you want. And then also too on the Madden front, you know, they always like to slight Matthew Stafford, man. And so his rating is going up. It's at 97. And so good. What they should do with Matthew Stafford, and I don't know, I haven't played Madden in years, man. I hate how they just updated it a little bit. You're buying the same copy, and they just, you know, you pay for the same game over and over again. They make moderate increases or make it better, moderately make it better. They should have with certain quarterbacks like a Mahomes and Matthew Stafford, where they get hot, you know, and they kind of glow a little bit, like the last dragon. And in the fourth quarter comes, the guys, maybe they should have like a hot mode. Maybe I should copyright that. They should have like a hot mode where quarterbacks like Matthew Stafford, Mahomes, Josh Allen, guys that are known for coming back, all of a sudden get hot, and you can't. It's almost impossible to stop them. They should have that for the players. That'd be amazing. And I don't know if they have anything like that. You know, I know in some football games, the more the more completions you get, the better your player gets. Like Matthew Stafford moved up there in the stats, but during the game, you know, fourth quarter comes in, it's a fairly close game. You know, fourth quarter comeback, you know, stuff like that, or a last fourth quarter drive, all that stuff. But yeah, so we have the Lions, Tigers and Bears. Oh my. So it's prime time. Not really 125, but you know what I mean. It's a prime time game. It should have been at night, Sunday night football, but that's okay. And the Lions are coming to the Rams den. And I want to give a shout out. Today's Puka Nakua Day because he's just Puka Nakua, you know, from the locker room, maybe getting fined and all that stuff and doing his thing. Puka Nakua was at the Laker game, and there was a Laker fan. You know, you got Laker fans all over the place. You got Niner fans saying, "Go Niners, beat LA at SoFi." Then they go Lakers or "Go Dodgers," right? Here's Puka Nakua at the Laker game, and it was a Raven fan who's probably a Laker fan. Who knows? And he says something about the Ravens, and then Puka Nakua said what he's supposed to do. He said, "Ravens suck." Check this out.
Let's go, Ravens!
Oh, I love it, man. Here, one more time. That was too good. One more time. Running back.
Let's go, Ravens!
Love it, man. Love it, love it, love it. Puka Nakua. Willie Boy says, "Let's ram it to the Detroit Lions." Love it, love it. Let's get into the. Actually, let's do some more clips before we get into the game trailer. Let's see. Here we go.
I will say this is going to be the fastest team the Rams will probably ever haven't seen all year, right? With the speed of Jameson Williams and Jahmyr Gibbs, that's just a different type of speed. So you're going to have to account for that.
Penei Sewell.
Yeah, well, Penei Sewell. But I think Skipper. I think those things nullify a little bit with the defensive line. But force Jared to throw outside the numbers. That's always been the game plan. Don't let him get the little give me's inside. Force these guys to have to catch outs, comebacks, and things on the outside, which is going to force Jared to have to hitch and throw the ball. And then maybe you have a chance to get there, right? But you have to stop the run early. You have to force Jahmyr Gibbs to run inside. You can't let him you can't give him a crease. You can't let him bounce it. You got to force him to run inside. You have to tackle David Montgomery, and then you literally have to force Jared to throw outside. That's the recipe of beating the Detroit Lions.
And so MDJ says it perfectly. Maurice Jones, MJD says it perfectly. Get in Jared Goff's face. Don't have him have a clean pocket, and don't let him get. He likes to throw. He's got a good arm, and he's got decent accuracy. If you let him get off a couple of balls, especially inside seam routes, inside the numbers, like he said, he starts getting. He starts feeling good about a situation, and then he starts going a little farther out on the post routes. But if you bother him, you make him uncomfortable, he'll be a little late, or he'll overthrow it, or he'll shuffle his feet. And so that's what we have to do with him. Don't let him get comfortable. Don't let him get comfortable like we let Bryce Young was comfortable, laughing and shit back there. That pissed me off more so than the loss. I was like, he's laughing back there. What are you guys doing? You guys should be pissed, and they were pissed. That's why they came out and whomped on the Bucks. And let's see. And then you're keeping up with the times. The MVP watch, which this doesn't really matter. We want him to win the MVP, which is Matthew Stafford. But the main thing is winning the goal, which is the Super Bowl. But that's just to give you where we're at right now. Matthew Stafford's poised to win his first MVP and Super Bowl at the same time. And then PFF, talking about Puka Nakua again, back to Puka Nakua. PFF had a little clip of how great Puka Nakua's been this year. We're just so spoiled as Ram fans to be able to see these great players. Peep this video.
Nakua just smashed a PFF record. He delivered the highest graded game by a wide receiver in PFF history with a 97.4 receiving grade, a performance that only adds to what's becoming a dominant start to his career. And it isn't just one big game. This season, Puka is the highest graded wide receiver in the NFL against both man and zone coverage, showing it does not matter what defense you throw at him. Since entering the league, Nakua ranks first in receiving grade, produced explosive receptions, and yards per route run. Is Puka Nakua the best wide receiver in football?
The guy's amazing, man. Yeah, I saw that Bijan Robinson got in trouble for saying smear the up. I saw that. Doctor says Rams are favored by 6, Rudy. Okay, that's not bad, but I don't like when we're favored by a lot. But we should be winning. We should win this game, man. The Lions are struggling at times, but they see us and they get stoked. So we'll see what happens. But they gave us our best game. Doctor says, just think, in 6 days we'll have played the Lions and Seahawks already. That's okay. We're going to beat them both. John Barber says the Ravens are very concerned about Lamar. We don't care. Stafford's a beast. Yup. Lamar Jackson is his best season's over. I mean, the guy wins the MVP, and you're like, okay, that's great, but how come you can't do nothing in the playoffs? The glass slipper comes off of his feet in the playoffs for some reason. John Bomber says Landman will hit Gibbs and get a fumble. Yep, the peanut punch. Let's effing go, Remley. December Warriors are ready. Hammer Time says, yes, indeed, baby. We're ready to roll, baby. Let's get into the game trailer to get stoked. Let's get in. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Stafford has drills one. Caught! Touchdown, LA! For the end zone. Oh, he does it again. For a Lions touchdown. 60 minutes, our brand of football, whatever it takes, let's go.
We owe them. Give me in your chat your scores. Doctor says, what's new with Rombo? Nothing. He's still same thing, making excuses. I heard people are still talking about what he started on his live stream. What did he start? What did he do? I don't know what he did. What did he do? John Bomber says 24-21 Rams. Ooh, close game. I'll still take it. I'll, as long as we win, I'll take it. Here's my score. Oh, sharded. Here's my score. Rams 33, Lions 24. The Lions get a late touchdown in garbage time. And farted really funny. Rambo. Did you do that? Oh, I love it. I want this game to go so good that our guy Chicky Hearn is going to come out on my Twitter. I post this when the game is over, like in the last game, I think it was like the end of the third quarter. I was like, ladies and gentlemen, this game is in the refrigerator. The eggs are cooling. The jello is jiggling. And the butter is getting hard. So hopefully this will show up. God rest in peace, our guy Chicky Hearn. Will show up in Twitter. Similar, and then Jimmy Garoppolo come up and sweet and mop it up. people still talking about it in the chat. I gotta ask him. John says Robert was in mother's womb the last time the Niners won a Super Bowl. Patrick says, I think the Niners don't have to get the number 1 seed anymore. Rams will beat the Hawks. Yes, indeed. Well, I mean, even if they had, they keep saying, well, we're going to get the number 1 seed. What does it matter? I mean, we just gave you, didn't we take a belt to the ass to them? This time we'll score 50 on them because Brock Purdy is good for about 3 interceptions. That team does not scare me at all. I mean, yeah, they're a pain in the ass, and we basically give them what they want. Passes underneath, allow them to get yak yards. But then when we get pissed off and we start playing, then they don't have, I mean, Fred, the non-Super Bowl champion Warner's not even out there. Nick, the non-Super Bowl champion Bosa's not out there. So what? Let them, they can have the number 1 seed and we'll even give them 3 points. We spotted them 20-7 last time. Amos says, I heard Kirby Jackson had a setback. Oh. Hey, says, I'm done arguing with delusional Niner fans. They need help. Yeah, well, they're just they're so hopeful. Doctor says, let's see. Oops, hold on. What's going on? There we go. Doctor, oops, hold on. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There we go. What's going on? Hold on. Hold on, didn't mean to put that up. Simon says, you said we would split with Seattle. You change your mind now. Yeah, because they're talking a lot of smack. I still think that they have a chance because of the defense. But now that I saw Sam Darnold mount down and they're talking a lot of smack, how they stopped us and they should have won. So I'm really confident in us beating them again. And the way that I saw us handle them and the way that we scored on them. Amen says, I hope we see Jimmy G early in the fourth quarter. Yep, that's exactly what I'm hoping for. John Bomber says, that's why Romo didn't get to see the last Super Bowl by the 49ers. Now, he's a little older than that, but Baxter says the 49ers are no slouch, though. LOL. They gonna want revenge, so it would be a good game. Yeah, well, they're no slouch, but we're way better. I mean, I would still feel that we're going to beat them even if they had everybody. But I mean, they got Ricky Pearsall, the NASCAR driver. Kittle was always a pain in the ass, but he always has to stay in the block, and then he sneaks out once in a while because of our pass rush. Hopefully they'll get home if we play them again, but I don't think that we're gonna. I think they're gonna get eliminated, or they can lose a couple of games and get snuffed out. We'll see. Not even make it. But they have easy gimme games coming up with the Titans. Jesus says Warren McClendon and TUTU will be a game changer against Seattle. Love it. Yeah, we didn't have Rob Havenstein was having problems on the right side, so that's one reason why Stafford had a lot more pressure than he would have. Because I mean, the next week after that, excuse me, a few days after that game, we put Rob Havenstein on the IR. We didn't have Akilla Witherspoon. And so there's a lot of reasons. Tutu Atwell wasn't there to stretch the field. So no excuses, but those guys would help us score. All right, guys, I appreciate you coming in. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'll come in later in the evening. Look for the alert. I appreciate each one of you guys. Love each one of you guys. Got to get ready for work. Batches, they have the Colts, Bears, and the Hawks left. A good challenge maybe for them. Don't see them winning all those games. I wish the Colts had Danny Dimes there, but hopefully Phillips Rivers can give them something enough to win because Brock Purdy can't throw an interception, and they got that running back. The Hawks, I think, is going to beat the Seahawks. They got a bad taste in the mouth like we did. And so I see those two as losses. And the Bears have a fighting chance. So possibly could lose 2 games, possibly 3 if the Colts can take them. But we'll see. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys. Love each one of you guys. As we always say, may the Ramelia be with you. And Ramulators, mount up.